Hey everyone, and welcome to the Hemp Horticulture series. Today, we'll be showing you how to partially harvest your plants. When growing hemp, there's usually a discrepancy between the buds at the top of your plants, which get the most exposure to the lights, and the buds at the bottom of your plants, which are shaded and develop much slower. And this is especially apparent with indoor grows, where the light intensity drops off significantly from the grow lights the further down you go. This is the main reason people use training techniques, between evening out the top stems with low and high stress training, to defoliating and lollipopping the bottom flowers of each stem that don't get enough light to develop anyways. The goal is to have as even of a canopy as possible, with only buds at the very top of the stems, so everything matures at the same pace. However, not everyone cares for training techniques, and for those plants that have not undergone much or any training techniques, it is possible to even out the maturity of the buds, and that's with the partial harvest. The idea here is that because the buds and trichomes closest to the top generally develop and turn amber faster than the buds lower down, by harvesting those first, while still leaving the undeveloped buds on the plants to grow for longer, you can increase the quality and yields of the total plant harvest. For a plant that has undergone no training techniques at all, this basically means just harvesting the main stem down to the side stem level, so that the side stems, which with no training techniques are much lower down the plant and shaded by the top fan leaves, now have a chance to get more exposure to the light and fully develop. For a plant that has been trained but not defoliated or lollipop, this means harvesting the fully mature buds at the top of each stem and leaving behind the bottom popcorn buds lower down so that they have a chance to develop further, now that they are not crowded out by all the top buds, leaves, and stems. The problem here is that by removing all of the top stems at once, the huge amount of stress of this could shock the plant into submission, stopping all growth and bud development. So to prevent this, you'll want to break up the harvest into a multi-day affair, harvesting one or more top stems a day until the entire top half of the plant has been harvested, and then give the plant some more time to develop the bottom half. Of course, this technique has its drawbacks. By harvesting the plant multiple times, you do get to spread out the time it takes to trim, which could be a positive. But having to dry and cure multiple times for one plant is definitely not a positive. And cutting off stems, no matter how slowly you do it, will still stress the plant and possibly slow or stop the growth of the bud development for at least a few days. So if the buds at the base of the plant are almost ready, it might not be worth it to keep the grow going unless the plant is given at least a week or more to keep growing the bottom half. Certain finishing techniques, such as flushing, also won't be possible for the initial harvest, since the plant will still need to survive for at least a week or two, so you won't be able to complete the flush of the plant until the final harvest. And obviously, this will extend your grow, harvest, drying, and curing time by at least a week or two. Finally, be sure to lower your lights after the first harvest, since the plant will be shorter. And when harvesting the top stems, try not to accidentally snip any of the buds left behind, or they'll die off like the corner of this bud that I accidentally cut into while harvesting the top stem. And that's it. Like the content? Then be sure to check out our beginner's guide to creating CBD products from scratch, available at Amazon in print and digital, with links in the description below. You can also find us at hempinapot.com.